So we're moving to the top. Just an info. Remember to not tighten this down all the way, because in here is a plastic ball. If you screw this all the way down, the plastic ball will collapse, and it will make this ball cup so tight that the T-plate can actually not spring back if this is too tight. So make sure that you just tighten it down. That's it, nothing more. The wires, some have said that PN boards, that the PN motor, these are PN wires, the same as the PN motor, it will burn the boards. It will not. The problem is most of the time that these are so long that they will, if incorrectly mounted, they will actually touch. If they are just screwed in with no care, they will actually touch because they're so long, and the Kyosho ones are like half of this length. And continue with the wire. PN wires, they're great. One thing you need to remember is that the symmetry of the wires needs to be the same from one side to another to not have uneven tweak of the rear part, so it doesn't interfere with the flex of the part. This most certainly will. These Kyosho standard wires are also terrible because they're so hard. But here I ran them like a standard. Normally they will go down in this clip as well, and it's even more terrible. But make sure that you wire it around and you have the same like curvature of this. It doesn't matter that much on this angle, but here it does. But sure, don't make it super tight like this. Make sure they have room to move. So, next item. So, the gear diff. The gear diff is something that in almost every single box stock class you cannot change with a normal diff, so a ball diff. But a gear diff is easily sufficient for the power that a box stock has. And what you need to do is, first of all, the gears in here, the small bevel gears, will, I'll just loop this up, but will have on the outside here a small burr from the molding process, and you need to remove that because it's making the gear diff very coarse, very rough. But after you remove this, then comes the thing you need to do, because a normal stock will just spin around, like the diff will just spin around, and in some application that's good, but here I want the power down now. So I put in, it differs from track to track. Sometimes I use the things that we used on the front kingpins, the 10,000 loop, and sometimes I use black grease. But the goal is to to make the diff more stiff, to have an easier. I find it easier to drive when the diff is stiffer. It's gonna have a little less traction, but it's gonna have a little more power, and that's what I like in my car. And I adjust it as I need to with the track. So that's the diff. Next, so of course the engine has been run in as well, as you can do. That makes quite a lot of difference in stock, and just wanted to cover that before I went to the wheels. I choose the lightest wheels, rims I can find. These are the PN 5 spokes, and at the moment they are the lightest that I can possibly find, because you don't want to haul a lot of weight. You don't want to accelerate a lot of weight when you're box dog racing. So if your rules allow it, super light wheels, no rims. And if your normal class is pinion restricted, some are, this trick is for you. If you are limited to a type of tire and a type of gearing, there is a trick you can do to make your car go faster. You can gear the wheels. It sounds weird, right? Yeah. So this is of course not PN tape or anything, it's just a normal double-sided tape. Normally I would use some PN tape or something like that. But what you do is, because this is way too large, you start, oh sorry, you were not with me, and I just mark here. I'll tell you why later. Just a small mark to see where I'm at. And then I run this, and normally people will stop here, cut it here, but normally I would make it a little bit longer. I would run it around, find the place where I marked it so I can cut it right here. So you layer the tape so the wheel gets bigger, and therefore when you put the tire on, this is gonna be so difficult. Nope, it was okay. Then you will have a bigger wheel. Don't overdo it because it can slide off, but 2-3 rounds of tape, 4 rounds even, no problem. And this will make you have more top speed, and yeah, it will make your car go faster because your tires are bigger. So that was the making a box dog car go faster basic. I will be making one more advanced, how to treat batteries, how to set up transmitters. But for now, this is what you're gonna get. See you in the next one.